Over the years, our family's had a share of health problems.
So prescriptions are a part of our life.
Before we went to the big box store.
We both thought it would help us save. But with the long lines and impersonal service, filling prescriptions became a chore. That's when a friend recommended D&H.
Now Tristan knows our prescriptions. Brenda always helps us find the right vitamins. And after Dad's fall, Monica's been a real expert with all our home medical needs. All without the lines.
Trust and service.
That's our D&H.
Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Thursday, June 26th. We got Valerie Chaffin with us from Second Chance.
Hi,
Good
Paul.
to hear,
Thanks
Valerie.
for having me.
You want to talk today about fostering little critters, right?
It is. All of our dogs are in foster care, and we have these wonderful angels in Central Missouri that house our dogs for us, our dogs and our puppies, until they're ready for their forever homes. And they bring them to events and make sure they get to the vet, and we pay for all the medical care. We pay for all the food, beds, bowls, toys, anything they need to make sure they can provide a loving, nurturing home and transportation for these dogs. And this time of year, the beginning of the summer, is a critical need for us because a lot of our fosters are students or related to students in the Columbia area. They leave for the summer and they can't foster for us during that time. So we need more fosters now, and luckily though, the fosters we get in the beginning of the summer carry on throughout the rest of the year, and it's a good recruitment time for fosters right now too. But we need them.
How many animals do you have that you're caring for that need foster homes?
All the dogs, which is about 32 dogs right now, and about 45 cats and kittens are in foster care too, because moms and kittens stay in foster care. Our cats come out to our facility, but the moms and kittens stay in foster care. So we need people to hang on to these animals temporarily and just until we find them their permanent homes.
So if they take the moms and kittens, they're taking mom and maybe three or four
kittens until the kittens are weaned. Yeah.
And you're expecting that these cats, if they do foster them, they need to be indoor cats.
Indoor
correct?
cats, exactly.
You're not outside at all.
No, sir, we don't handle barn cats or community cats. We're just indoor domestic cats.
Yeah, and the dogs.
Yes, the dogs, puppies and dogs. We do get a litter or two every now and then, but primarily it's adult dogs. And we have around between 20 and 30 dogs at any time. But the more fosters we have, the more we can take from the community, more that we can take from the Humane Society and other neighboring shelters that are also busting at the seams with unwanted dogs. And when we take them, we find their forever homes. If we don't take them, it's another story. So we know that when we take these dogs from these facilities, put them with a foster home, that foster home and Second Chance is saving a life every single time this happens.
As far as fostering a dog, the dogs are indoor dogs also, correct?
Indoor dogs, except when they have to use the facility and
they
they can go outside.
Or now somebody listening and say, well, I want to adopt a dog. Is this dog going to be housebroken?
Yes, about 99% of the time. That's one of the things we depend on our fosters doing, is reminding these dogs that have been traumatized, they've been abandoned and abused occasionally. That's how we take them, that they need to remind them that we're good things, we're good folks, and you can trust us again, and you need to remember your manners, and your manners are not chewing up the furniture, not chewing up shoes, but toys, and going outside when the need arises on a pretty regular basis.
Right.
And to be mindful that they're going to get fed 2 or more times a day, but consistently. It's not going to be, they're not on their own anymore. They're not going to have to go find their food. It's going to be there for them all the time.
Right. When you think of the little critters that many of them have just been tossed away.
Right.
And they're out fending from themselves, and they come to a point where they don't know who they can trust.
Exactly.
But if you're listening and you're interested in becoming a foster parent for Second Chance, what do they need to do?
Go on our website, which is Columbia2NDSecondchance.org.
Okay, what is it? Columbia?
Columbia2ND.
Okay,
Chance,
second. Okay.
.org, and then then there's a foster application on that website. Or they can send us an email, Columbia Second Chance, all one word, columbiasecondchance@hotmail.com, and we'll get in touch with you immediately.
And when you fill out
the application
for foster, you come out and check everything out, right?
We'll take a look. We'll meet with you and see what's going to fit well in your home.
Thank you, Valerie.
Thank
you so much for coming by. Now, we turn to a couple of nice ladies who are here from the Bittersweet Garden Club. And we have Jeannine.
Yes.
Jeannine, Brickey, and Marcia Reed. It's a pleasure to have both of you here. Where is the Bittersweet Garden Club?
We are out of Jefferson City.
And you're here today to tell us what?
We are getting ready to have our 15th annual garden tour.
So what takes place during the garden tour?
We have 5 homes, our gardens, that are on the tour. They're located throughout Jefferson City. And when you purchase a ticket, then you go ahead and you are open to go to any of the 5, all 5, spend whatever time you want there.
Now, when you talk about the garden tour, are you talking about flower gardens only, or are you talking about flower and vegetable gardens?
You would see both.
You will see both.
So both.
You will see both.
Okay.
And in fact, one of our gardens is very extensive into vegetable gardening. There's 2 acres, and she has perennials and vegetable gardens as well.
So she's got a full 2 acres in a garden. She's got
Multiple gardens.
Right, multiple gardens.
Okay.
And she has a lasagna garden.
A lasagna garden.
Yes.
What is a lasagna garden?
A lasagna garden is a layered garden. It's a very natural way of creating good soil, so that you are putting layers of composted material and soil on top of that, and you're in a raised bed generally, and then you're planting right in that. So you are creating compost and growing a garden all at the same time. But she has rain barrels, she has compost, she's got a rain garden. Anyway, our gardens are very diverse this year.
Oh, it sounds beautiful.
Yeah, it really
Especially
is.
that 2 acre garden. Now, she's got to be living out in that garden
She does.
24 hours a day, just about.
She does.
Now, you can't, somebody's got a 2 acre garden, and the way you're describing it, she's not out there just a couple of hours a day.
No, she is.
Does she do it single-handedly? Or does she have some help?
No, I think she and her husband
think
do
her
it
husband
together.
does it.
She's
it's a
also
team
a
effort.
master gardener, and she is part of the Bittersweet Garden Club. But that's just one. We have another gentleman who has over 175 roses, as well as a water feature and other perennials.
Okay.
And
And they'll be on hand to answer any questions you have.
absolutely.
How to keep the fungus out of the roses, and
Right,
and,
right.
and how to keep the cucumber beetles off the zucchini.
Right. In a natural way.
In a natural way, right.
Because that
Okay,
gardener is
all
all
organic.
about natural. Right.
Okay,
Right.
so if people want tickets for the Bittersweet Garden Club 15th annual, what do they do?
Probably the easiest thing would be to go to our website, which is bittersweetgardenclub.com.
Okay.
And there are several different locations around the Jefferson City area that they are available.
Okay.
Or you can, on the website, there's also a phone number that you can call and have
buy them?
tickets.
And is this a
Yes.
ticket? It's a fan?
That is the
Yes.
ticket.
Oh,
a hand
so
fan.
you get a little hand fan too. So when
That's
you're going
right.
through the garden, you can fan yourself and you say, "Oh, I'm going to faint. Look at these beautiful flowers." Okay.
It serves several purposes. On the back side, it has the 5 gardens and directions and addresses.
Okay,
and all
sounds good. Thank you so much for coming by. And what's that date again?
Sunday,
This
June
coming
29th.
Sunday. All right.
Coming
Out
Sunday.
of time for today. Our program directed by Travis McMillan, Reynolds Journalism Institute, Audio Pat Akers, KVIA. Our floor director, Lowell Thomas, and our assistant producer and guest coordinator, Uncle James Mauser.